Hello everyone. Today I am here to teach you about matrix multiplication. So let's start. Okay, so there are a few properties that are required to be fulfilled for two matrices to be multiplied. I'll tell you about them. So let us take a matrix A of order m cross n, which means that the number of rows in matrix A is m and the number of columns are n, and another matrix B which is of the order p cross q, where the number of rows is p and the number of columns is q. So the condition for A and B to be multiplied is that n should be equal to p. So n is equal to p is the condition, which means that the number of columns of A has to be equal to the number of rows of B. And if A, B gives us C, then C is a matrix of the order m cross q, which means that the number of rows in this matrix will be equal to the number of rows in A and the number of columns will be equal to the number of columns of B. I'll show you how matrix multiplication happens using a few examples. So the first example, let us take A matrix to be 1, 2, 3, which is of the order 1 cross 3, and let us take another matrix B as this, which is of the order 3 cross 1. Now, as the number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B, matrix multiplication is possible between A and B. We will get a matrix C of the order 1 cross 1. Let us see what it is. A, B will be equal to So how does matrix multiplication happen? We take the first element, that is the first element of the first row, and multiply it with the first element of the first column of the other matrix. We get 1 into 1 is 1. Then we take the second element of the first row and multiply it with the second element of the first column. And similarly, 9. We add these to get the answer. And as you can see, it is of the order 1 cross 1, which I said would be 1 cross 1. This is C of the order 1 cross 1. Let us take another example with a matrix of larger order. Let us take A of a 3 cross 3 matrix. The order is 3 cross 3, and let us take a matrix B again of the order 3 cross 3, which means it has 3 rows and 3 columns. Now the number of rows of A, number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B, 3, 3, and after multiplying A and B, we will get a matrix C, which will be of the order 3 cross 3, this and this. So let us multiply A and B and let's see what the resulting matrix would be. How do we multiply this matrix? We multiply the first row with the first column, the second row with the second column, the third row with the third column. So 1 into 1 is 1 plus 2 plus 3. This is the first element of the resulting matrix C. The second element would be, we'd get the second element when we multiply the first row with the second column. So similarly, and the third would be the same. Now for the element in the second row and first column, we'd multiply the second row of the matrix A with the first column of the matrix B, and we get similarly. For the last row in column C, we multiply the last row of A with the subsequent columns in B. So this is the answer we get when we multiply this matrix A with this matrix B, and you can see that the order of this matrix is 3 cross 3. So when do you say that two matrices cannot be multiplied? That will happen when, for example, let us see when two matrices cannot be multiplied. Let's take a matrix A of the order 1 cross 3, and let's take another matrix B of the order 1 cross 3 again. As you see, the number of columns is not equal to the number of rows. Here 3 is not equal to 1, so these two matrices cannot be multiplied, and that's it. Hope you understood this topic. Thank you.